Have you ever noticed your Labrador suddenly acting strangely in the winter? It's no longer excited to run to the door like before. Its eyes no longer light up at the sound of the leash. It might even lie still for hours, staring out at the gray sky outside the window.
I can't believe this.
Many people think it's just because of the cold, but the truth is far more frightening. For a breed of dog born to exercise, explore, and live fully outdoors like the Labrador, the long, sunless winter months, the drizzle, and being confined indoors for too long can silently erode their mood. What you call laziness could be sadness. What you think is mischief could be a form of emotional distress. And in this video, we'll explore why winter in England can turn a cheerful Labrador into a gloomy soul without its owner even realizing it. Why does your Labrador stare through rainy glass now, when he once rushed for the leash, tail bright, body ready, heart already outside?
It's okay, you're safe here.
Winter in Britain can quietly change a cheerful Labrador before owners realize anything is wrong. Because the season steals movement, novelty, light, and rhythm. What looks like laziness often begins as frustration because a working-minded dog feels the world shrinking while his body still expects purpose. He is not being dramatic when he sighs beside the window, because that long exhale can be tension leaving nowhere useful.
I promise.
Many Labradors seem calmer in winter at first, yet that silence can hide boredom, restlessness, confusion, and a slow drop in mood. The same dog who loved muddy paths may suddenly hesitate at the door, not from stubbornness, but from accumulated dreary days. Rain after rain teaches his body that outdoor joy may not happen, and disappointment can settle long before you notice behavior changing. So he waits, watches, paces, naps, follows, chews and stares, sending small signals that life indoors is becoming emotionally too narrow. Labrador energy is usually obvious when it explodes, but winter strain is quieter, often appearing first as heaviness, clinginess, or strange timing. This story begins with a dog near a window, yet beneath that still body, several needs are knocking at once. Owners often call it laziness because the dog sleeps more, but tired-looking behavior does not always mean the mind feels restful. Others call it naughtiness because shoes get chewed and cushions get dragged, when the real problem may be underused senses and underworked instincts. A Labrador was shaped to move, retrieve, search, cooperate, and stay engaged with people, so empty days can feel deeply unnatural. When those built-in jobs disappear for too long, his body keeps producing readiness, but the environment stops offering places to use it. That mismatch creates pressure, and pressure without release often leaks out as pacing, whining, shadowing, barking, or sudden bursts of rough excitement. To humans, those moments seem random, but to him, they are loose sparks from energy that never found a healthy task. Winter makes that mismatch worse because outdoor time gets shorter, walks become rushed, weather feels repetitive, and the world smells less inviting. Even strong dogs can feel mentally cornered when every day offers the same rooms, the same sounds, the same dim light indoors. That cornered feeling is why cabin fever fits so well, because the problem is not bad character, but accumulated emotional compression inside. A Labrador can seem physically safe and still feel mentally underfed, especially when winter reduces variety, challenge, sunlight, and satisfying social ritual. His breed history matters here because Labradors are not ornaments for corners. They are action-minded companions built to engage with people. They notice routines, anticipate outings, read human energy, and often thrive when their day contains movement, partnership, and a clear sense of purpose. During brighter months, simple walks and casual household activity may cover many of those needs without the owner realizing how much hidden work happens. Winter removes that accidental enrichment, leaving the same dog with fewer sensory adventures and fewer chances to complete his natural behavioral loops.
I guess I
should go. He may miss
go.
not only exercise, but the feeling of doing something with you, which is often the emotional center of Labrador happiness. That is why some winter Labradors become extra clingy, because
I'll be back
closeness to
soon,
the owner
sweetie.
becomes the last available substitute for shared outdoor purpose. Following you from room to
You'll
room
be
can be a
fine.
request,
I'll be back
not
soon.
for attention alone, but for direction, activity, reassurance, and movement today. He may look at you with a heavy expression
Okay,
because he
I'll be back
expects
soon.
life to happen through you, and winter keeps delaying it. When that expectation repeats without satisfying release, disappointment can slowly color his posture, appetite rhythm, patience, and interest in familiar games indoors. So the winter Labrador is not simply less excited. He may be carrying a quiet backlog of unsolved drive, unmet curiosity, and stale routine. Sunlight also matters more than many owners think, because light helps regulate biological rhythms that influence energy, sleep timing, and emotional
That's a
steadiness.
good boy.
During dark British winters,
Just
a
right
dog
there,
may spend
good
more
boy.
time indoors under weaker light.
I'll be back soon,
and that
Milo.
shift can
Stay a
subtly
good
flatten
boy.
his daily rhythm. He may nap at odd hours, struggle to settle after dusk, or wake without enthusiasm, as though the day never properly began. Less light can also mean less brightness in mood, especially for dogs who already depend on active routines and regular outdoor stimulation. That gloomy dip does not always look like sadness in a human
All
way.
right, I'll be back soon,
Sometimes
Milo.
it looks
You're a
like
good boy.
irritability, boredom, or scattered behavior. And a Labrador who used to wait calmly may now whine sooner, mouth objects faster, or give up on resting after only minutes. He can feel both tired and understimulated at the same time, which is why winter behavior often looks confusing to owners. The body slows down, the mind still itches, and the dog gets stuck between wanting rest and needing something meaningful to do. That internal conflict is exhausting, and some Labradors express it through long sighs, dramatic flops, or restless circling that seems minor outside. But repeated small signals matter, because mood erosion rarely
Keys.
arrives as one big moment.
T-shirt.
It usually enters through ordinary
Shoes.
days, becoming
Good
emotionally
boy.
thinner. Cabin fever in dogs is not a formal excuse for every behavior, yet it describes the pressure of confinement surprisingly well
I'm
here.
home.
The dog has needs ready to move outward,
I missed you
while
so
weather,
much.
darkness, and repetitive
Woo-hoo,
rooms
arf,
keep
arf.
folding those
Oh my
needs
goodness,
back
oh my
inside
goodness, you're
again
here.
daily.
Panting and
Over
happy
time,
vocalizations.
that inward
Hi,
pressure
my
can
sweet
sharpen
boy. I
sensitivity,
missed you so much.
making sounds more irritating, delays more frustrating,
Hello,
and
Milo.
ordinary boredom
Hi.
feel heavier than before.
I missed you
This
too.
is why some Labradors suddenly react more strongly to small changes, even though nothing dramatic seems to have happened that day. The season has been slowly wearing their coping margins down. One gray afternoon, one missed adventure, one stale room at a time. One early sign is window watching that lasts too long, not from peace, but from suspended hope that something interesting might begin. Another sign is pacing without a goal, where the dog moves room to room as if searching for an exit from monotony. To some Labradors start chewing more because the mouth becomes a release valve when the brain is craving challenge, motion, and sensory change. Others become strangely clingy, pressing closer to the owner because proximity offers stimulation, reassurance, and the possibility that action might finally return. Sleep can also become messy, with longer daytime dozing but lighter settling, because the body lacks satisfying exertion and clear daytime markers. Some dogs start following household
Oh, hey,
sounds too
there you
closely,
are. It's okay.
reacting to every cupboard, footstep, or coat movement
Whimper.
because they are hungry for events.
All right, just a minute.
Even a heavier gaze can be meaningful.
Please don't go.
Because Labradors often communicate
I'll be
mood
back
through
soon,
attention.
don't worry.
And winter makes their
It's
attention
okay,
linger
you're
longer
safe here.
there.
I've
When
got
owners
you.
read only the surface,
Just
saying they may miss
breathe
that
with
these
me.
behaviors share one root, an undernourished inner day for the dog. The dog is awake in the house, but part of his life is waiting elsewhere,
All right,
and waiting
buddy,
can
behave.
slowly
I
become
won't be
stress
long.
too. That is why punishment often misses the mark, because it addresses the spillover behavior
so sorry,
without filling
sweetie.
the emptiness
I'll
that
be back
created it
soon.
first. Instead,
I
owners
promise.
need to recognize 5 patterns that often point toward
You
winter
shouldn't have
strain
done
in
that.
Labradors. especially when several appear together at home. First comes the quiet stare,
You want to stay,
where the
don't
dog
you?
seems present but emotionally parked, as though he has nowhere
No,
meaningful
come
to
on.
place himself.
We need to go.
Second comes restless
this.
movement,
You know
pacing,
you're not supposed to do
circling,
that.
or frequent
Whine,
position,
whimper,
changes that show the body
whine.
cannot commit to either action
Look what you
or
did,
rest
Milo.
fully. Third comes destructive mouth
Whine.
behavior, not always severe, but enough to reveal that
told you
chewing
not
has
to do
become a
that.
substitute
Why
for
don't you ever
unmet work
listen?
indoors. Fourth comes clinginess
Whimper.
or emotional shadowing, where the Labrador tracks the
It's all
owner
right, Milo.
constantly because
Calm down.
companionship
Let's
now
start over,
carries
okay?
the weight of missing
Good
stimulation.
boy, that's right.
Fifth
All right,
comes
just one more
broken
minute,
rhythm,
okay?
including odd naps, early evening dullness, nighttime restlessness,
Bark.
or low enthusiasm at times that used to feel easy. None of these signs alone proves a winter mood problem, but together they sketch a Labrador whose world has become too
All
small.
right, I'll be back soon.
The key
Stay
is
here.
noticing change from that individual dog's normal
Okay.
pattern, because winter strain is often a shift, not a stereotype first. A naturally mellow Labrador can still suffer cabin pressure, but his distress may look like withdrawal instead of obvious hyperactivity to you. And a naturally intense Labrador may show the same pressure through noise, mouthing, impatience,
it!
and
Good
explosive
job!
bursts that seem bigger than the trigger.
Woof.
Either way, the behavior is best understood as communication from a system asking for better outlets, brighter days, and richer structures daily.
You're
The
doing
good news
so
is that
well, my
Labradors
love.
usually respond quickly
Just
when life
relax.
becomes engaging again.
That's it.
Because their
Good
spirits are
dog.
often waiting just beneath the fog. Recovery does not require turning winter into summer. It requires replacing lost stimulation with purposeful alternatives the dog can trust each day. Start by thinking beyond exercise alone, because a Labrador can return from a short walk still mentally empty if nothing challenged his brain. Mental work matters, because the breed loves solving, finding,
All right, time to
carrying,
go.
learning patterns, and reading people. You see, which means
Whimpers.
boredom often
You're
begins
such a
in
good
cognition.
boy. I'll be back soon,
Nose
promise.
games are especially
Panting,
powerful in
soft
bad
whines.
weather,
I'll
because
miss
scent
you.
searching lets the
Tail-thumping
dog
face.
perform real
Goodbye,
effort
my
without
sweet
needing much
boy.
space indoors.
I'll miss you.
Scatter feeding,
Be a good
hidden
dog,
treats,
I love
or
you.
finding a toy by
See you
smell
soon.
can transform a dull room
Okay,
into a
here we
small
go.
mission field for him. Short training sessions also help, not because obedience is the goal, but because successful learning gives the Labrador momentum, feedback, and partnership. Teaching little household jobs can be even better, since many Labradors bloom when they feel useful rather than merely occupied indoors daily.
I'll
Ask
be back
him to
later.
find a glove, carry laundry, touch a mat, wait at a doorway, or deliver a toy to you calmly. These tiny tasks matter because they give shape to the day, and shape is often what winter has quietly taken away first.
Good
And food
boy.
puzzles can support the same
So
goal,
smart.
as long as they stay manageable, because frustration should not replace boredom with another kind of strain.
Good boy.
The best
That's a
enrichment
good
leaves the
boy.
dog more satisfied, more settled,
Just
and more
right there,
connected to
good
you,
boy.
not more frantic or
I'll be back
over-aroused
soon, Milo.
afterwards.
Stay a good boy.
Indoor play can help too, but it works best when brief and clear, because endless excitement without closure can increase restlessness later. A few retrieves down a hallway, a controlled tug session, or a hide-and-seek game can refresh mood beautifully indoors today. What matters most is rhythm, something to anticipate, something to solve, something
All right,
to share,
I'll be back soon, Milo.
and something
You're a
that
good
ends
boy.
with calm satisfaction afterward. That final calm is important because it teaches the Labrador that effort leads somewhere safe, complete, us and emotionally relieving for him today. Winter rituals work for the same reason humans need them. They protect mood by making life feel predictable, meaningful, and warm again. A morning sniff game, a midday training moment, and an evening settle routine can anchor the dog when weather feels endless outside. Even a towel by the door, a prepared enrichment box, or a familiar indoor course can reduce the cost of doing better. When good activities become easy for the owner to start, the Labrador
just stay right
benefits
here, buddy.
sooner, and consistency becomes realistic instead of aspirational
Good
daily.
boy. I'll be back soon.
Small winter ceremonies can also rebuild emotional brightness because repetition with pleasure tells the dog that dark days still contain reliable joy.
Okay, let's keep this
This might
simple.
be a warm
no
mat
big
after
drama
sniff
today.
work, a gentle brush after a walk,
Waiting.
or a toy that
Go get
appears
it.
only then. The ritual itself becomes emotionally important because anticipation softens dreary time and gives the Labrador little islands of meaningful expectation daily again. Over days, those islands can change the household atmosphere, replacing low-grade frustration with structure, partnership, and more satisfying rest overall indoors. Outdoor time still matters, even in winter, but it may need to be shorter, smarter, and more emotionally rewarding for him. A brief sniff-heavy walk can sometimes satisfy more than a longer rushed walk, because quality of engagement
Oh, hey
matters
Milo,
deeply
it's
to
okay.
Labrador.
I'm back.
Letting him investigate
Wine.
hedges,
Just
puddle
breathe,
edges,
buddy.
and
I'm right
carried
here.
scents can give his brain the novelty
All
that
right,
bleak
let's see.
weather has removed lately outside.
Wine.
Some rainy days
We'll
still
figure this
deserve a
out
real
together.
outing. So because staying home every time can accidentally teach the dog that winter means life pauses. But on truly miserable days, replacing the lost walk with deliberate indoor work is kinder than expecting patience from emptiness alone indoors.
Bye.
The
I'll be
Labrador
back
does
soon.
not count kilometers. He counts meaningful engagement, emotional connection, sensory richness, and whether his effort changed anything for him. This is why a well-designed winter day can restore mood faster than owners expect, even without dramatic change at all. The goal is not perfect entertainment. It is enough satisfaction to keep the dog
Be a
feeling
good boy,
alive,
Milo.
involved,
I'll be back
and
soon.
understood through the day. Owners also help more than they realize through emotional tone.
You did it.
Because
I'm so
Labradors absorb
proud.
household energy
Wow.
and mirror stress
Look
with
at the
surprising
sofa.
accuracy indoors. If winter
Good
makes you
boy.
rushed
You did
and
so
frustrated
well.
or
I knew
inconsistent,
you could do it.
your dog may
Thank
feel that
you.
instability on top of his own restlessness too daily. That does not mean you cause the problem alone. It means your calm structure can become part of the solution too now.
It's okay. We'll
A
figure it
Labrador
out together.
often recovers best when the owner stops reacting to symptoms and starts redesigning the day around meaningful
hey,
contact
there.
and purpose.
It's all right,
Notice
Milo.
how different
Mommy
he looks after
understands.
scent work,
Come here.
training success, or a
Good
thoughtful
boy,
walk.
Milo.
And let that response
That's it.
guide
You're doing
you tomorrow
so well.
too.
Just relax.
You're not trying to distract him from winter forever. You're helping him live well inside its limits, each day gently. That shift in mindset matters because it replaces blame with curiosity
Oh, hey, there
and turns
you are.
difficult
It's okay.
behavior into information you can actually use
Whimper.
wisely.
All right,
The dog
just a
who
minute.
chewed the cushion may have been asking for challenge.
Please don't
While
go.
the dog who sighed by the window
I'll be
asked
back
for
soon.
hope.
Don't worry.
The one who followed you
It's
closely
okay,
may
you're
have been
safe
asking for
here.
shared purpose.
got you.
And the one who paced may
Just
have needed release.
Breathe with me.
Seen this way, winter behavior becomes more readable, and readability is powerful because it lets compassion arrive before correction starts.
All right, buddy, behave.
Once
I won't
the
be
dog
long.
feels that his days make sense again, many unwanted behaviors shrink without direct
Be a good
confrontation
dog. I'll be
at
right
all
back.
from you anymore. That is the
Hello,
quiet
my good
beauty
boy.
of meeting needs early. You repair the cause, and the symptoms no longer need center stage there. Of course, some behavior changes deserve veterinary advice.
Be good, Milo.
Especially if appetite,
I'll be back soon.
pain, digestion, or severe sleep disruption changes suddenly too at home. But many winter mood shifts improve first through better routine, better stimulation, and kinder interpretation of what the Labrador is expressing lately. The important thing is not waiting until frustration
Bye,
becomes
Milo.
chaos.
I'll be back.
Because the earlier you
All right,
respond,
I'm going.
the easier recovery usually feels for everyone.
You're a good boy. Stay right
Winter
here.
will still be gray, wet and limited, but your Labrador
Hey,
does
Milo,
not have to
I'm
experience
home.
it as an emotional dead end.
Woof, woof.
With the right structure, even short days can hold missions, discoveries, closeness, and enough satisfaction to protect his spirit through winter well. The dog by the window is not always longing for distance. Sometimes he is longing for a life that still feels rich. When you answer that
Be
longing
a
with
good boy,
games,
Milo.
tasks,
I'll see you
scent,
later.
rhythm, and patient companionship, His eyes often brighten before the
Whimper
weather
softly.
does outside.
Goodbye, my sweet boy.
He may never say why winter
I'll
feels
miss
heavy,
you.
but his
Be a
body
good
will
dog,
show
I
relief
love
when his
you.
days become
See you
fuller
soon.
and more understandable. Sometimes, the most loving thing an owner can do is stop asking what is wrong and start asking what is missing today. And when that missing piece returns, the Labrador often returns with it, softer in the eyes, steadier in the body, lighter again,